extension in that ass? What the fuck? Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are here with the season, hopefully, finale of Gen V Season 2, Episode 8, which is called Trojan. So many meanings that could go behind that one. But last episode, we had kind of the unfolding of some of the plots, questions that have been lingering all season. Godolkin's real motives, his real identity was identified. We found out Doug was just a puppet the entire time, but many of you guessed that from like episode 2, so good on y'all. Sleuths for jumping onto that one. And we see that Godolkin's plan is to cull around 90% of the student body at Godolkin because he doesn't think that they're worth living, I guess. And from there, who knows what his next plans are. His telepathic abilities are super, super strong, so he is very dangerous. And Marie healed him entirely, of course, because unfortunately she did not listen to her friends and she decided she knew what was best. And yeah, she's about to get filled in this episode. And we still have the outstanding vision that Annabeth had of what looked like Marie's death that did not happen last episode. So is it going to happen this episode or was it for something further in the future? We're not going to find out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to jumping into this. And like I said, I'm hoping this is the season finale, not the series finale, because we have not gotten our green light for season 3 yet. So let's hope. But anyway, let's jump into the episode. Just before I do though, even though this is wrapping up, I react to a lot of really good stuff that's in this vein. So please do go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can be in the know when I drop new stuff. Also, you can watch all the uncut reactions for this show this season on my Patreon right now if you're interested. So that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. Trust me with us. Okay, so now we're getting Godolkin's viewpoint. I'm not gonna lie, I don't much care. But oh, is this when he took the V? Maybe he thought I was gonna save his life? That was a hell of a risk, especially when he knew it wasn't stable. But I guess he realized that was most likely the only way he'd survive. Yeah, he would have died in this fire. So the V literally is what kept him from completely succumbing to the burns.
Oh, Doug. I'm Doug. Hi.
Doug.
I don't know what the fuck is happening.
You sure?
He took the same V that Soldier Boy and Stormfront took. It's called V1, so he doesn't age.
Okay, answers.
Marie, why don't you see what you can do?
Yeah, since we're in the healing spirit.
He asked me all these questions about myself, like about my family.
AKA, will you be missed?
Already gone.
I can't.
She's tapped.
I can try again in a few hours.
Thank you for trying.
He's so sweet now.
And I tried, I tried to fight back, but it was like I was in a box inside my own mind.
Jordan knows exactly.
Being in the backseat of your own car.
Exactly how it feels.
Why didn't he just control Marie?
That is the question.
Make her heal him weeks ago.
Oh, he can't. She's just too powerful.
No.
About Odessa, that really did put you on a different level.
Okay. This is so frustrating, Marie.
You guys, no matter what happens, I so fucking appreciate what you did for me.
Beat your ass? Just kidding.
I thought I was gonna get away.
It's true. At least you are free. But it's only because Godolkin's done with you. If Godolkin wanted you dead, Doug, he would have killed you or had you kill yourself a long time ago. Yeah, I was going to say that it's just annoying because with the Marie thing, she is different and she should absolutely accept that power. But at the same time, it's like she doesn't know how to do that without it seeming like she's got to be better or act like she's better than them. Like, just because you're stronger than somebody in an aspect does not mean you're better than them. So he's just going to eat himself sick. This is so gross.
Wait till you try boba. Yeah, it's
Really, Sage? You actually still slept with him? Oh my God.
You were right about it all.
She's smart.
Planting Odessa for Starlight to find.
Damn.
Marie back to school.
I haven't lived with anyone since I was a child, but I could make room for you if you want.
Is this a plan or is this true vulnerability?
I've never seen you like this.
Indeed. This looks like true vulnerability. Yeah. Really?
Honestly, it's kind of a turn off.
That's what I thought.
You make me very, very happy, Jessica.
Oh, first name basis.
We have to find a way to introduce you to Homelander.
Whatever you want.
I don't trust this.
In a toilet, not in a diaper.
Nice. Thank you.
Holding my own dick in my own hand.
I'm sure that's great for you.
Why? You've gotten everything you want out of this place.
Has he?
Not everything.
Does she not know about the...
We've got work to do. What's more important?
I'll show you.
Guess she didn't know everything, hey, Sage? Even with your brain, you can't account for everybody, especially psychopaths.
You would have been so proud of Andre.
Oh, that's right. He would have seen more of him.
I mean, I just love that kid. He annoyed the shit out of Gadol.
Good.
Actually pissed in his coffee somehow.
Oh, this is actually making me emotional. Chance!
Your son is the greatest hero I've ever seen. That means a lot.
Look at Doug turning out to be the gift we didn't know we needed. Oh, what the fuck? I should have known. Oh, Noir. Why the is Noir after him? He didn't kill him, though.
We could take over her body fucking forever.
Mm-hmm. And what happens when that happens?
What do you want to do?
I'll do whatever.
Oh,
Well, not having Godok in your brain. It's my vote. And he was already in there.
just differently, yep.
He convinced me that I was so fucking special. That I was the chosen one.
Nah,
and all
but you
that
wanted to
bullshit.
believe it. And that's okay, but
I'm not special.
you are, but
I'm never going to be anything more than a girl who cuts herself into a set.
thank you, Emma.
Hey,
Why, how did we get here?
puking my guts out and scarfing 16 pizzas. Part of my brain is like, that's a great idea. Do it. I did. In Elmira.
That's okay. It takes time. Mm-hmm. All of us, to some degree. Thank you.
But we also have people to help us carry all this fucking baggage.
You better preach, Emma.
And we stick together.
Yes, Marie, together.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it feels good.
2, 3, 7.
She hasn't given up on that dream, huh? Season 1 throwback.
I'm sorry.
I know.
Okay. I'm not mad at this just because I think we need Kate working. At least she waited till people were out of the room this time and they don't have to get a nosebleed. Please don't make her regret this, Kate. Please.
You may recognize me from my memorial.
Guess you don't care about sneaking in that intro to Homelander, hey, Sage?
Terrible wrong.
Did you? Did you know him? Yeah.
And I am opening my advanced seminar to every student on campus.
Fuck. Yes.
No, don't, ma'am. You're first in line to get cut.
No way.
Not on
Invitations will be in
Homelander's
your
time.
inboxes shortly. This
But he probably can mind control Homelander because he is weak. In spirit, I mean, mentally.
What, he's gonna lure Marie to the seminar to save everyone?
No.
The only thing I know is I'm done being the fucking chosen one. So
I don't think the plot's done with you, though.
we do it together.
For real?
Do not go. No class, no rank is worth your life.
It is for them. So many of them just want to be noticed. They've been raised in this world where your rank and your powers and how much you can get endorsed is worth everything. Thomas knows why he's putting the pitch just like this. The pitch is like this because he knows that a lot of these kids who have been bullied by the other supers and are ostracized by humans that hate supes, that's all they care about is being seen as a superhero, or at least seen.
He wants us to get to Marie, and he's gonna do anything to make that happen. So
don't go.
They don't care.
for your own safety, I gotta keep you.
Did you forget this guy has mind control powers? I guess you did. I can't believe y'all walked into that.
You have a dick on your face.
I mean, yours is way more artistic, Sam. I don't know. The one on Emma's face was lazy.
I know what superhumans are capable of.
Careful, Sage. I don't know if he can mind control Sage. That's still a question.
A psychic who uses your power to incapacitate co-eds for your own sexual
Thank you.
No,
Yes.
Not because you are exceptional, but because you're failures.
Is it bad that I won't be mad if Rufus doesn't make it out of this?
Prove that you belong, or die trying.
Quite literally.
What the fuck are you doing?
So you really didn't know about the culling? Damn, Sage. Not you unleashing a beast you can't control.
And currently bombing Intro to...
Damn, you can't even get the acting? Not Roofy getting roofied. I'm glad he's getting a taste of his own I mean, he got it last season too, but I think Kate was gentle.
Fuck this.
That one's got brains. His powers hurt him. That's good. I wonder if Sage caught that. He's going to want Marie to keep healing him. That's what he's going to want. Marie to stand by his side as his personal healer.
Godolkin in the seminar room. He's making everybody kill each other. He's fucking crazy.
Yeah, she told you that.
Humongous chance that you're never gonna forgive me for leaving you.
And for the control.
And for...
I forgive you. But we can't be together. We always just end up in the same place.
No.
And I don't want to be angry with you.
Fair.
If I could be your friend.
Jordan, it's not safe.
It's true.
I've been running from these visions my whole life. Maybe it's the wrong thing. Maybe I'm supposed to run toward it.
Maybe.
We've been trying to find you.
We've got an idea.
Yay, ideas. We need ideas. Anything is not just Marie running in there. I don't think Godolkin can puppet her, though. I think what he wants is to put Marie in a position where she will willingly heal him every time he uses his powers. Because as we saw there's a limit. When he was still in Doug, that didn't sound right. But when he was there, it hurt him to puppet Jordan because he was already puppeting Doug.
You see that?
She's not impressed.
Controlling all of them.
I am doing this for our future. Once I am powerful enough, I will be able to control her.
Marie.
If I'm strong enough to control one Odessa baby, that means I'm strong enough to control the other one. All of that, and the reason that we have been held back for so long is simply Homelander.
Really?
Why is an ocean-land dolphin fucker like the deep in the Seven?
Well, he's got powers.
Fragile. He's so fucking weak
Facts.
that he cannot tolerate any competition.
He was raised that way, to be fair.
No.
Our
Sage, you are emotionally attached to this man.
I know.
But he doesn't want to go by your plan anymore. Is it? You don't have a super brain, Thomas.
do this together. With you. All of it.
Yeah, he's like, I'm an egomaniac. You didn't know that?
We need music.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, girl. You lost control of him. This is an ego trip, Thomas, to its deepest degree.
We need to plant seeds for the sequel. But I feel like it's kind of a disservice to your fan base.
It's the way he's trying to pretend he cares.
So, you can talk now?
No, I'm new.
Hey, I was just checking on him.
Really? He just wants some black friends, okay? It's a little bit harsh in the tower right now.
I was just driving that man to the hospital.
She fixed you.
I don't...
Is more powerful than a man with nothing to lose.
Interesting. I don't know about powerful, but reckless.
Then losing your son. Why would you sign up for that kind of pain?
Oh, look at you trying to process your emotions.
You're still gonna die. Polarity.
Everyone is, sweetie. All right, well, she's letting you out. No questions. Let's not quite. Oh, no, she's not. That doesn't sound like she locked it. She didn't. Take the hint. Get out. She wants you to mess things up because she knows you're the only one who can interrupt his powers. There you go. Don't look the gift horse in the mouth. Get out. Sorry, kids. I think you would have been a great actress.
Plenty of room. Come on.
Okay, he's part of the plan, though. Are they awake, these kids? The ones he's puppeting right now? Well, this might be where all the blood comes from.
We're not quite ready for you yet. Could you come back in like an hour or two?
Okay, Marie. She said I was learning some fighting skills. See how much better it is now that she can use other people's blood. Why is this a power that has become useful in this season? So many of them. It is literally a void in there. Is it a quantum dimension in that S? Emma! Look what she did! She did it both times.
I have his power. I'm controlling him. Holy shit.
This is hilarious! Godolkin wouldn't have killed her, by the way.
Hey guys.
Yes. Now uncontrol them. Yes.
Please, save me.
He's gonna go after Annabeth again. I feel it.
We beat you.
Did you? He's still.
Even the useless ones.
What's going on with his brain?
Thank you.
He's in. He's in. We need polarity quickly.
You know the key to
Oh God, and he's got a monologue? Kill me. Who would have known that overconfidence is what it was gonna take to break her mind?
No.
No, Annabeth.
This was a risk. Y'all knew this risk and you took it anyway.
But if I'm being totally honest, you are the worst precog I have ever met.
She hasn't practiced.
It's treason. You have all betrayed your kind.
You're you. Okay. Thank you, polarity. Jeez Louise. Marie, get the hell out of here. You know where to aim that blast now, right, polarity? Just stay down, Marie, please. Nope. Nope. What's happening? Oh! I mean, okay,
That
but
was for Andre.
I mean, I think he was gonna torture him a little first.
I've tried running. We all have. We aren't going anywhere.
I'm glad you all learned valuable lessons and all that shit, but I don't have time to. You don't have time. You
He's
need to believe
enough of this schoolyard crap.
Will we come back?
Don't plan to.
Oh, but that don't mean like season 3, right?
I don't know how I'm supposed to keep going without Andre.
One day at a time.
He's gonna be with me as long as I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
I promise.
Sage got plans for him. Aw. Aw, hey, new guy. I guess maybe you were all right in the end.
I can't go. Of course. It's just my sister and
Ooh. She said in another life, friend, it could have been us. Guys, they're kind of cute. I know a lot of people are Sam Emma, but I don't hate him now that I think he's legit. Like, I don't hate him.
Does anyone even know how to get in touch with Stan Edgar?
He'll get in touch with you.
I'm gonna need a bathroom soon.
I'm gonna go now.
Me too.
Fucking unfair.
It is unfair. I think we'd all do it if we could.
There's no me and Sam. There's no me and anybody.
Good for you, Emma. I think you need to be on your own 2 feet for a bit.
You're trying to get rid of me. I just want you to be safe.
Hmm. You did say she was the danger.
And that might not happen if you stay with us.
Real.
I'll stay. You guys need all the help you can get.
We gotta work on them precog skills.
Whose visions are total fucking bullshit.
Whoa, no, they've all come true.
You're a hero, Marie.
Aw. Uh-oh. Starlight?
Holy shit, Starlight. She likes to be called Annie.
Oh, because we're close now.
But I'm impressed. A lot of us are.
Us?
We could use you.
Who's we?
You want to join the resistance?
Yes, but who are they?
We kind of already have a resistance.
You can join ours. Be a sub-resistance.
But yeah, no, like some sort of
Period.
merger.
You need help.
30 minutes.
You guys need skills. Adrian!
This whole thing, everybody just standing around.
Thank
shooting shit
you!
in the wild. You guys are fucking rebels now. Let's act like it.
Okay. I like the resistance. Cool kids. We got 2. Okay, Marie. Okay, guys. I'm happy about that cameo. It's definitely got me psyched for the next season of The Boys. Just a few more months. We're almost there. All right. Where do we start? This felt like it got wrapped up very quickly, considering kind of the build-up for Godolkin. But I'm not mad about it because I definitely think they used this as a stepping stone to what we're going to be seeing in the final season of The Boys. And where do we start? Let's talk about Godolkin, because like his storyline wrapped up in this episode, which I really wasn't sure if it made sense to have him stick around further into the series, right? Because what Edgar said was probably true, that Godolkin's mind, if it came up with V1 and all the other variations of V before it got to where we are now, he absolutely could probably create a counter agent or something that would be able to take Homelander down. But now we know that that was never going to happen. Godolkin was never going to work to take down Supes, because that would be going against his own personal interest, which was to create the gods amongst men, as it were. And so it's, I see why Sage made the decision to let him go, because she could no longer control him. And I love, actually, because Sage is just so bloody smart, right? Like, she is so good at anticipating so many different types of scenarios. That's why she's quote unquote always right, is that literally humans are patterned in behavior. No matter how much we think we've evolved and changed, when it comes to certain patterns of behavior, we pretty much always repeat them in one way or another. We just do slight remixes on the same stuff. And that's okay. That's not a bad thing per se. We do make changes, don't get me wrong, but they're not as massive as people think. They're generally incremental, and it takes a very long time. And all that to say, behaviorally speaking, humans all experience the same range of emotions to some degree. Some of us experience more, some of us experience less, but they're all the same spectrum. And that is why we're predictable. And that's what Sage can look at. She's got enough information in that brain that she can extrapolate pretty much 98% of the ways that people are going to act with pretty much pinpoint accuracy. However, there is always that 2% factor, right? She doesn't know, she's never met every person on the planet. She's never seen every situation. She's never experienced certain things. And what's more is that I think I talked about this last season of The Boys as well, is that Sage being at that level of intellect in, like, at least for what we have in our real world, when people are more intellectually driven, I guess you could say, and their brains work to that way, there tends to be a side effect of their emotional side being less developed. And it's not to say they're incapable of feeling emotion, but it doesn't tend to be as developed or as prominent as it is in other people who are not at that high functioning. And I think we saw that in Sage. But coming back, I feel like this episode was very interesting to see Sage show vulnerability to Godolkin. And I don't think that was an act. I was like, because I was trying to determine, like, is she actually vulnerable or is she just doing this to try to manipulate him? But I think she was genuinely vulnerable in that moment. But we're going to come back to Sage later. But either way, that 2% factor, as I was saying before, it is a bitch. It's a real bitch when it comes down to trying to plan everything out to the precision that she's trying to. And she did not expect the wild card to be that Godolkin was going to let his ego take over his common sense. Because let's be real, the man's, I guess he technically is over, I don't know how old he was in 67, to be fair, they never said that, but he's over 100 years old, right? He's been around, he's seen some stuff. And while he hasn't been able to experience the world the way an average human would, between his puppets, he was able to pick up on a lot of what was going on around him, right? But still, with all of that, you'd think that he would be understanding of what Sage was telling him, that, you know, she's like, I have a long game plan here, right? Don't be so short-sighted. Like this, I understand, like, you've been in a box for 60 years. You're happy to be out. Great. Experience your, get it out of your system. And then let's get back to the plan, because what I'm looking at here is we're talking like the next 50 years. You're right now, you're in the moment. She didn't expect that Godolkin was going to lose all of his long-term vision, if he ever had it, to be fair. But I mean, he might have been just playing along to a degree as well, because he just wanted to get out of that box. But you know what I'm saying? Like, she just never anticipated that Godolkin would, once he got out of that box, like you saw him, he was like a gluttonous child, right? And you get it. I get it to some degree. I can only imagine what it would be like he said, to be his description, living in a condom for 60 years, right? Dulled senses, not able to enjoy the world as he knows it. However, that's only a moment, right? These things are momentary. And it's not like, again, he wasn't a child when these things happened to him. He was a fully grown man when he was burned. So it's just sad. And maybe if he'd had more time, maybe if he hadn't been so crazy about everything, he would have settled down and realized that Sage was right. But I'm going to be real with you. Between A, the fact that he used to be besties with a Nazi, B, the man is from 100 years ago, so probably sexist as hell, and 3, just his ego. I do think at some point he would have thought he was better than Sage. He was already there, right? When he's saying, oh, my plan's better than yours, Sage. How? You still got your basic ass brain, sir. She's got a super brain. Her brain is 1,000 times smarter than yours. So how is your plan better? It's better for your momentary pleasure, but not for the long run, right? So anyway, Godolkin, sadly, like I like that they showed in this episode with him, you know, being the glutton, trying to drink a whole bottle of wine and eat a whole pizza and do all these things to like explore the sensory, what would you call it? What's the opposite of deprivation? The abundance that he now is experiencing. And like I said, I get it. I understand that he'd be feeling that, but it also shows that he's not thinking the way somebody who's 100 years old and supposedly so smart should be acting, right? If he was thinking about forever, he wouldn't be a glutton right now. He'd be like, let me enjoy this dinner because it's going to be one of many. Let me enjoy the sex because I can actually have it myself. Let me just, you know, experience everything as it comes. But the fact that he was trying to just get it all in like I said, like a gluttonous child, that already said that, okay, you're already falling off the plan. And we saw, like, Sage even at that point was kind of like, okay, like, this is a lot. Okay, cool. You're happy. Great. Okay. But back to the plan, right? And we see that for him, as soon as he got out and he felt the power of being able to just do things in his own body again, he immediately lost all sense of that long-term thinking. He just really wanted to, for lack of a better term, just swing his dick around. You know, he didn't just want to hold it to go pee. He wanted to swing it around and let people feel the enormity and the impact of it, even though, like, let's be real, sir. It's like, yes, your power's pretty crazy, but it's not all encompassing. You're still very much killable. And he forgot that for a second. He really thought because he was able to control a handful of soups, which again, in his description, are weaker and weaker minded, that somehow he was going to be, you know, like now he's controlling everything. Like, I get it. He was saying that he was trying to push himself to the point of being able to be strong enough to do more, but he was so wrapped in his ego that he wasn't even looking at how he was literally undoing all the work that Marie did by pushing himself that far. And I almost wonder if he would have healed more from his burns way back in the day if he hadn't been pushing so hard to create these puppets, right? The constant keeping of Doug and the guy before him, I think that's literally what made his body deteriorate even faster because it was pushing him too hard. So anyway, very interesting to see how he kind of lost it all. That ego is literally what ended up taking him down. Ego was the downfall of Marie almost this season. Ego was his downfall. But thank God, in a way, thank God he was so egotistical that we see that he eventually thought, like he looked at Sage, and like he wasn't, I don't think he was joking at all in the bed when she was being vulnerable and saying, hey, if you want to live with me, you can. He's like, yeah, it's kind of a turnoff, right? He doesn't want Sage, right? And it's not about Sage per se. I don't think he wants anyone at this point. He's all about power. He just wants his road to what he thinks is the top. Sage, a relationship, any of that, he's not looking at that. She was a tool for him to get where he wanted. And now that he had it, or so he thought, he didn't really want anything beyond that. Would he have gone to Sage Tower or Vought Tower? Yes, he would have, but more because that's just something he could, you know, that's just another plate of something for him to be gluttonous about, but not really because he cared about her. It's very clear there was nothing there for him outside of a business transaction, which makes sense because their relationship was not exactly a real one. It was transactional and there was a puppet in the middle, you know? But anyway, so we see that's basically what ended up happening. Instead of him actually, again, listening to Sage and laying low till he got to a point where he was powerful enough to do more. So anyway, as we see, he ended up being his own end when it came down to it because the culling didn't need to happen now, right? If we're being real, if he really felt like these quote unquote useless soups needed to be gone, then there was plenty of time for him to do that. And he could have gotten to a level where he could have controlled soups that would have been able to do it a lot faster and a lot more efficiently. But because he wanted to get off on showing what he could do with his power and playing puppet master with these kids, he opened himself up, right? He opened himself up and like really, we saw when Sage immediately was like, okay, when she realized that he was no longer going to be controllable and what's more unreasonable, she was like, okay, that's when she decided that Godolkin was done. And she knew he was gonna die, most likely, right? She probably knew that the outcome was that he was gonna die. I think they might have maybe let him live. I don't think that Marie was lying and that she would have let him live if he hadn't decided to do what he did, but I'm pretty sure Sage anticipated that that would be the outcome. And so anyway, as we see, he did his little stupid culling classes. He announced himself and his existence to Homelander, but I mean, it's of no use now. Thank God though, if Homelander had gotten a hold of him, I don't want to think about that. And then we see in the end, he overshot his load, shall we say, when he took over Marie and tried to get her to kill her friends. There was no coming back from that. So, I mean, I do somewhat kind of think it should have been Polarity who got to do it. You know, I think he wanted to draw it out a little bit, make him feel it, but you know what? We didn't have time for all that. So, like I said, if Homelander had showed up, he probably would have tried to capture Godolkin and that would have been a new problem. So that was Godolkin's whole storyline, guys, which is fine. You know, I feel like his time has passed And if he wasn't going to help our cause, we don't need to keep him around. That's for certain. So that's Godolkin. Now moving on to Sage. So we did not see a lot of Sage this season, and that's for valid reasons. She's not really a part of this show per se, but you know, she dropped in when it was necessary for the plot for us to understand what was going on. And we got a little bit more of the context of what was going down. Like, we now know that she also fed the information to Starlight. And I thought that was a possibility like earlier on, but I just wasn't sure because we have no idea who Starlight was working with. That was the big thing, the we that she kept talking about. I'm like, who is we? And so anyway, it makes sense though that this whole thing was set up by her as far as getting Marie to go back to the school. And, you know, just like Godolkin said, having Marie sadly eat all the breadcrumbs till she got to exactly what we wanted, which was healing Godolkin, which again was all part of Sage's bigger master plan. Now, I think the reason why Sage, because we see now in this episode that Sage actually was developing an emotional attachment to Godolkin. Like, she actually was falling for him. And I didn't say it in the episode. It kind of hit my mind that it went away, but I knew that Sage actually liked Godolkin because she slept with him with her right mind. Because remember, in The Boys, Sage always did lobotomies before she would have sex with the Deep or with Noir or whoever else she was screwing in Vought Tower. But she never did it in her right mind. It's like she had to make herself numb to sleep with them, because we all know, like, she's repulsed by the Deep, right? I don't know how she feels about Noir, but she's absolutely repulsed by the Deep. But, you know, she never slept with him in her right mind. So the fact that she actually was sleeping with Godolkin, or Doug, poor Doug, that in her right mind, in a way that she'd remember and actually be present for, means that she actually liked him. And I think she liked Godolkin because, again, Sage's issue really is that there's not a lot of people who can even begin to run at the cylinders that she's on up here, right? And I don't think Godolkin was up there, but he probably was close, or closer than she's experienced in a long time. And I also think that, of course, at the time, he was also sharing her vision for what she wants to do, right? To get out of this boredom that she complained about last season. So, of The Boys. So, yeah, I think she was actually falling for him. And I think she liked the idea of not being so alone, right? Because no one wants to be alone. As smart as she is, she's still human, right? Yes, a soup, but she's a human. And no humans want to be alone. Not even Homelander wants to be alone, right? So I think she was actually feeling like, okay, if this guy actually does work with me and we do this together, I'll actually have someone, and there's going to be this void that I would say has probably been gone since we heard her back in last season talking about how she lost her grandmother at a young age, and that's what kind of kicked her off on this road. But I don't think she's really had anyone that she feels like has had her back and that she can really have a connection with since. And I think she was starting to think that maybe that could have been Thomas, as she called him, which is crazy to have a 100-year-old boyfriend. But anyway, in the end, she saw that it wasn't going to work, right? And she was hurt. She didn't let on, but she was hurt by the fact that he basically dismissed her. I was scared he was going to say something really hurtful, but thankfully he didn't. But I think for him, like I said, it was not a matter of him. I don't think he hates Sage, but I don't think he really likes Sage. She was just useful. And clearly he didn't mind sleeping with her. And that's pretty much as it was for him. So anyway, for Sage recognizing that, I think that she hated having to sacrifice him because she did actually like him. And what's crazy is that, you know, again, this shows you how short-sighted Thomas was being, because that vulnerability was something that Sage doesn't often have. The fact that she doesn't give a damn about anyone for the most part is why she can be so ruthless. But I think if Thomas had played that right for a little bit longer, he would have had an emotional hold on Sage, which is something that pretty much no one else has the power to do at this point. So it's kind of, again, a big missed opportunity on his case, because he wouldn't even need to mind control her for that. Once somebody's in that vulnerable place, when somebody is in love with you like that, he probably would have been able to control her just by asking at that point, right? So anyways, once she realized that was over and done, interesting conversation between her and Polarity, and her asking him, like, you know, I love that they always have Sage talking in these broken type of ways because her brain is going a mile a minute. And she comes to him, and of course, she let him out because she wanted him to interrupt what was going to happen at the school. She knew that Polarity was going to be the key, like I said, to Godolkin being taken out of the equation. But before she lets him out, she says, like, why do you bother? You lost your wife, you lost your son, you were about to lose your life, you got healed. Why? Why do you want to keep going, right? Because we've heard her last season saying she's got a very nihilistic view of everything. She's bored because her brain is so smart that she's seen the outcome of everything and nothing is exciting, nothing is new anymore. The earth isn't going in a way that's exciting, so she's literally just doing anything to make herself feel entertained. And she has nothing and no one, right? Outside of that. So she's asking, now that she's now experienced some level of loss with Thomas, why does he keep doing this? Why does he basically keep fighting when he knows he's going to lose again? By opening up his heart, he's going to lose people again, most likely at some point. Why are you, like she said, you're going to die again eventually, which is like, yes, sadly, we are all going to head to that place. But why? Why do you keep doing it? And he didn't answer her for obvious reasons because, you know, he has no idea if he can trust her. Plus the way she kind of said it was not that sentimental, but she genuinely wants to know the answer to that, right? And I think she knows deep down. She does know because she felt better when she was starting to feel like there could be something with Thomas. But, you know, she's looking for someone to give her a logical answer to an emotional question, which she's never going to get. Quite frankly, there's no logical reason for humans to love. If you think about it, it's not logical. You open yourself up to being hurt. It's a vulnerability thing. It's not a logical thing to do. However, it's an emotional thing that we need as humans. We literally have to love in some way, shape, or form, and we have to experience love. And for those who don't have that, our lives are very short, right? It's literally part of our makeup. So anyway, interesting moment there, a little introspection from her. And I do wonder if it's opening up for Sage to potentially want to change whatever her long-term plan is, but we'll have to see. Well, I'm sure we'll get more of that next season. But yeah, seeing that she actually got emotionally attached to Godolkin is an interesting twist that I didn't see coming. I really thought she was just using him, but interesting. But yes, thankfully, as we see, she let him out, and I don't know what she's doing at this point. I guess she's going to figure out how to do damage control with Homelander. Right? I mean, thankfully, Homelander does not know the link between her and Godolkin, because that would have been a wrinkle she wouldn't have enjoyed. But still a mess she needs to clean up with him. But so that's pretty much Sage. Outside of that, we had, yes, Marie. Marie clearly kind of reeling from this whole situation. She obviously feels crappy after what she did to her friends and seeing that, you know, she did in fact get screwed over. And as I talked about in the episode, she was getting into her whole, oh, I thought it was special. Clearly I'm not. Like, girl, as I said, it doesn't have to be one extreme or the other, Marie. You're so dramatic, girl. It doesn't have to be one or the other. Yes, you are special. Yes, you are one of one. Yes, you are important. But it doesn't mean that you are better or that you don't need people. These two things are not mutually exclusive, right? And I know Godolkin definitely fed it to her that way. And the way that soups are organized in this world, it very much gives that impression, but it's not the truth. And so I just need her to get to that medium ground, girl. It's like, no, you are special. You are one of one. Yes, you are technically stronger in your powers than your friends are, but you still need them. You need them for emotional support. You need them for mental support. You need them for companionship, but you also need them because you are not strong in every area. Yes, your powers are strong. Yes, your intuition in certain things are quite strong. But as I said, like Jordan, for example, is far more tactical. Emma is far more observant. Kate, we're still figuring that out, but bless Kate. But you know what I'm saying? Like, she needs people, and she is stronger with a group than she is alone. Does it open her up to vulnerability? Of course it does, but the payoff is definitely worth the risk. And so she's hopefully finally gotten that lesson drummed through her head. And I mean, I'm not that mad because like I said, this is a journey for Marie. This is part of her growth arc. She's grown up alone. She's grown up independent. She's never had to rely on people, never had the opportunity to rely on people before, but they're here now. And I love Emma's whole speech, no notes. It was perfect. She just needs to recognize that they are a messed up family. Everyone's got problems. No one's perfect. They've all made mistakes. They've all done things that they're not proud of, but that doesn't mean you give up on people. You forgive, you work through it, and you move forward. And so love that they kind of got back on at least some level footing there. We see that she fixed Kate. And as I said, it's a risk doing it. But after what Marie did last episode, she had no justification to keep Kate broken anymore, right? She really literally did exactly what she scolded Kate for. So glad that she fixed that. And hopefully Kate genuinely, I love that though, that Kate was able to hear Marie saying, I forgive you, I'm sorry, through her healing. I think that hopefully will affect Kate on a deeper level than it would have otherwise. And I'm really hoping that it'll motivate her not to ever let herself be manipulated, at least against her friends, ever again. So thankfully that crew is good. Annabeth is back on board. Not much to say about that, but I'm glad that she's deciding to actually get to know Marie now. You know, she had her reasons for keeping her distance before, but they're in it now. You know, they've trauma bonded at this point. again. I mean, I shouldn't say. They were trauma separated at the time of their parents' death, but now they've trauma bonded. They've come back. And hopefully now they can actually, start to build a new relationship. And it'll never be the way it used to be, but they can at least forge forward now, especially because they're both soups. And as I said in the episode, my girl Annabeth needs to push. Now that Marie's learned a little bit about how to push her powers to the next level, she can maybe help Annabeth to get better about honing in on her visions, because her vision, they always come true. We know that, but the timelines are all over the place. So I still think we're going to get that vision of Marie in blood, which we didn't get a scene of that even when she passed out in the hall today. So I don't think the vision came to pass yet, but I do think it is going to happen. Or again, since it's the future, maybe there's time to change it. And that might, let me just go ahead and correct my own self. I said that all of her visions come true, and they have thus far, but maybe they come true because Annabeth's never done anything about it, right? She's always thought they just come. She's been trying to ignore them. She's been running away from them, as it were. But maybe now that she's running toward them, as she said, maybe that's how she can potentially change those futures, right? They come true because she's done nothing to intervene. Maybe now that she knows and she goes in, maybe that's why it didn't happen. Maybe the vision she saw with Marie won't happen at all because she stayed and she helped. I don't know. We'll see. I think we'll get more of that maybe in the next season of Gen V. I'm putting it out there. Or in The Boys season 5. But anyway, so that whole thing, that kind of wraps up Marie, kind of dovetails into Jordan. There wasn't much Jordan in this episode. Jordan's been a very minor character all season as far as like their development, but that's okay. Anyway, well, not okay, but I can forgive it because this was really about Marie leveling up. But I digress. Marie and Jordan, we're hitting the pause button on the romantic side of their relationship. As I mentioned a couple episodes ago, I was spoiled about this watching interviews with the cast this season. But like I said, I don't think they're over. They're definitely not over at all. Like, Jordan is head over heels for Marie. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. They've been down bad for Marie. Like, I went back and rewatched season 1 a while ago. It's the things I pick up on now, knowing what I know now. It's so clear that Jordan was down bad for Marie literally since like night 2. But anyway, understandable though. Like, Jordan's like, we're very dysfunctional at the moment. There's a lot going on. Like, there's things I need from you and things you need from me or that you don't know what you're about yet. And we're not there. Like, we're not, like they said, we are coming back. We keep coming back to the same place. And it's because they really haven't gotten to a point where they've A, communicated well, and B, figured out what each other needs. So it's fixable, is my point. Like, I was afraid that Jordan would be much more upset about the bloodbending, but thankfully, as I said, I felt like Jordan was going to be more understanding than not, because Jordan has, again, maybe not directly hurt somebody like that, but we know last season with allowing Luke to be hurt and all the things with Sam, point is Jordan's got a ledger of things that they shouldn't have done either. So I think everyone in this group, with the exception maybe of Annabeth, has done some stuff that they're not proud of. Actually, maybe not Emma. Emma really hasn't done anything too terribly either. But you get my point. Everyone's got stuff that they can be like, yeah, we know what it's like to screw up. So I didn't think that Jordan was going to be overly long-term hurt about what happened with the whole situation with Marie. But I do agree with Jordan that they need to have a come to Jesus, basically. If they could have that come to Jesus with Marie, recognizing that she can't go and do whatever she wants, whenever she wants, without any consideration as to how Jordan will feel about it. That will make Jordan feel much more safe and secure in that relationship, because Jordan's got abandonment issues and they've got esteem issues. And Marie going off by herself the way that she does makes Jordan feel like they're not needed or that they're being rejected. So that's also Jordan's thing too, though. They have to learn that not everything is about them in that way. But you get my point. They both have growing to do and growing up to do, because they're both very young. But I think they can figure it out. But since they're on the run at the moment and now part of La Resistance, Viva la Resistance! Now that they're part of this new resistance, they have a lot on their plate. They both have a lot on their plates. So I think that they can definitely focus on that, and not having the romantic stuff in the way right now might be better. I do think they're going to make their way back to each other though, because there's no way that Jordan's not going to be jealous if Marie starts talking to somebody and vice versa. Ain't no way. We know that. So I'm sure that they're going to figure it out in season 3 or next season of The Boys. We'll see. It won't be a forefront story at all, I'm sure. But anyway, that's Marie and Jordan. Marie now realizing she's part of a collective, and hopefully, like I said, she's learned a lesson to work as a group going forward. Last, Emma, is there much? There really isn't much with Emma, actually. Just the fact that Emma got big all by herself, guys. She did it. She got big and brought herself back down to normal. No throwing up, no eating. She did that. I was so proud of her. She did it all by herself. So I think she's finally got the handle on her triggers for her power. Knew she could do it. Obviously, it's not 100% healed. We heard her talk about the fact that she still we saw her purge when she was back in Elmira. But you know what? Like I said, it is a process, right? Those types of habits, those types of issues, illnesses, they don't go away overnight, especially because she's been doing it for years. Same with Marie. It's going to be a process for them both to get to a place where they're healthy enough and have developed healthier mechanisms for dealing with their issues. And they might slip up. It doesn't mean that that it's over. It just means they got to start over. But that's what we do as humans every day, right? We get up every day and we start over again and we do our best to push through. So anyway, that's Emma. Like I said, not much on her, but I love that huge step in growth for her. Like I said, I don't actually hate her and the new Flyboy. I don't know if that's ever going to be a thing again. Probably not. They definitely heavily dropped that her and Sam are going to they're going to spin the block at some point. But I love that she said there's no me in anybody at this moment. I'm just chilling. And I'm like, that's what I said. My girl Emma, she's making strides. I think that one of the main reasons she was able to get a handle on her powers is because she's not trying to distract herself with drugs, booze, or a man, right? So we're on the right track. Is that everybody? Yeah, nothing to really say about Sam. Polarity, lots of growth for him. You know, he's healed now. Love that moment between him and Emma at the end where he said, you know what, I'm going to stay here at Godolphin because I don't know, maybe he's going to be the dean now, right? All the deans are dead, man. Doug, pour one out for Doug, man. I'm not gonna pour my water out, but yeah, poor guy. Finally got his life back after 30 years just to get stabbed by Noir. Who sent him though? It was probably Sage. Yeah, because Homelander would not have known about Doug. That's right. So it was Sage. Anyway, poor Doug, but I don't think he would have survived, sadly. Love the moment that him and Polarity had in the drive where he got to give Polarity a little bit of insight into Andre's last moments. You know, again, got a little emotional because I just feel like, you know, the show did a great job, I think, of paying homage to Chance and, you know, the mark that he left on this show. And yeah, the fact that, you know, going forward, we're moving on. But I think they did a good job of not making the whole season about that, you know, the sadness around that tragedy. But at the same time, like I said, paying a good amount of respect to his memory. And so there's that. And yeah, Polarity, I think just getting that renewed sense of purpose, like now that he's no longer dying. And I think now we can safely say that his powers are not hurting him anymore. I don't know though, because seeing that what happened with Godolphin actually starting to bubble up using his powers, I don't know that Polarity is really fixed as much as like Marie healed what was already wrong, but is he re-damaging himself with his powers? That part I'm not sure of. But either way, he's got a new lease on life. And like he said, even though it's going to be hard to live a life without his son, he's going to do it. And he's going to, you know, now he's got all the more reason to be on the right path, right? Season 1, he was right up Vought's butt with no desire to get out of it. And now he's got a new path. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to be an inside man for the Resistance as well in Godolphin, probably going forward. So yeah, I think it was a good finale. Like I said, the Godolphin stuff kind of got wrapped up really quickly, but I'm not mad at it because I just feel like we don't need any more things no more feathers in Homelander's cap right now. He's still got quite a bit going for him. We need him to be stripped down so we can actually take him down next season. I am very, very excited to find out what the Resistance is about, who's part of it. We know A-Train is definitely part of it, but we got to get the boys back together is my point. They're still separated. Thank you to someone in my comments who mentioned, because I completely forgot that they're all separated at the moment. So I do think that we'll see what happens anyways as far as getting them back together. Maybe some of them are already back together and part of the Resistance. That's what I'm interested to find out, but we're going to have to wait till next year to find out. But I enjoyed this season. I thought it was a lot of fun. I love seeing Marie level up. I love seeing her storyline being so vital in this universe. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we get another season. I really, really do hope we get that approval. Guys, watch, stream, like, whatever, you know, talk about it on social media. We heard from the showrunner that they're really trying to make sure those numbers are solid so we can get that green light. But thank you so much for all those who watched the whole season with me. I appreciate y'all. Even though this is done, I do a lot of other stuff. Hope they can find something else in my catalog so we can continue on these reactions together. And otherwise, I hope you enjoyed. Please show some love, and I will see you in the next one.